Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're in the Minecraft Creative Builds world where we're building a playground. In the last episode we built a seesaw and a sand pit, and today I'd like to try and build a swing set. Now I've got an idea in my head, but I'm not sure whether it'll work or not, so come on this adventure with me and let's see what happens. So to build it, I thought we're going to need a nice strong metallic structure, and so what I've gone for is polished andesite block, polished andesite stairs, polished andesite slab and iron bars. And for the seat, for the swings, I'm going to try a prismarine slab. If that doesn't work out, we might be adjusting things as we go. So I think the best place to start building that is going to be a little bit further across from where the chairs and the seesaw are. So if I just extend the edge a little bit here to where we've got the edge of our red concrete. I think we will have to extend further once we build this, but we'll just see how big it needs to be once we've actually attempted to build it. Now if this works, I think it could be a fairly modular style of build, so I'd like to make sure that there's enough space for the seesaw and for access to the sand pit, so I think we shouldn't build to at least the edge of where the sand pit is, and also probably want to leave a couple of blocks at this side here. So if we move across, right, so if we go from the edge of the sand pit across here, and then we're going to want to be at least 2 in, and I'll go an extra 1 across, and that's where I think I'm going to start. What I'm going to start with is a slab of polished andesite. In fact, I'm going to go up 2. And then on top of that we're going to need the edges of a swing set are usually swings or swing set depending on where you're from. They're usually kind of sloped in, so I'm going to go slabs opposite sides like that, and then on top of that we're going to use the polished slabs again by 2, and then on top of that we're going to go in again like so. Now I'm questioning whether it's going to be, see, I kind of want it to go more of a diagonal shape, but I also don't want it to be huge. So if I make it too diagonal in that way, it's going to be really wide and then not look anything like a real swing actually would. Right, so what I'd like to do now is put a block like so, and then I think we come back down, and then we see if is this going to be tall enough. I think it will. You could of course go taller by just keep going further up, or maybe even making it steeper, maybe putting 3 blocks before the shaped sections, if you see what I mean. But I think that might work, so let's come down and mirror it back. So we've got the stair, then we've got a block for the top, and then we've got a stair coming down, and we're going to want 2 blocks of andesite there, and then underneath that we're going to want the stairs. So the stair needs to be pointing in that direction, so we can add another one to the side here, and then we're going to want the andesite again, if I can get to the right block, and we're going to want, oh, wrong place, so there. And then I think we might want to add like a footer for a bit more support by putting the andesite stairs on the side like so. So from the side now, that looks like that. In fact, it might be easier to see from the other side, it's not got the building behind it. So this is the structure we've got. So we've got a stair, then 2 andesite blocks with a stair on top of it, then reverse the stair upside down there, 2 more andesite blocks with a stair on the top, 1 block in the middle, and then we just have the identical shape at the side like so. And then I want to use the slab across the lower section here, and then we're going to need space. So you're going to need at least one space before you start to put in a swing, and you're going to want to put the chain for a swing here, then a space, then a chain for a swing here. So then you're going to want another spacer block there. I'm going to try it with iron bars. So spacer block, bars, space, bars. Now I want to drop it down by a couple, and the length of your chain is going to be determined by how tall you've made this side structure. So if you want really big swings, you make it taller. If you want small swings, say you wanted to build a toddler's playground, you probably only use maybe you'd use 3 blocks, and then you'd add the support structure straight away, just to make it smaller. Right, so the poles now come to this height. Now we've got to try and figure out how to put, if I put a prismarine block in between the support structures as a support block, then I can put what I've decided to make as the seat there. Now what does that look like? It does look a little bit odd, but I don't see any way to make it work without making it too big. The only other way to do it, I think, would be to make it 3 wide. Does that look better or worse? Do you know, I think I kind of like that better, though it does make it very big. So you can either have the blocks underneath the supports, or you can put a single block between the 2 supports, depending on which aesthetically pleases you more. And then you can also decide how many swings you want. So if you're going to put this in like your back garden, then you build the support structure again at the side here, so you've got 1 single swing. But because we're in a playground, we need at least 2, so we're going to want a support for a post, then a space, then a support for a post, and then another space. And then we repeat the build by using the iron blars. What are iron blars? Oh, come on, Kitty, I can't speak again. Look, so leave at least 1 space between your swings, bring down your iron pole, then leave a space for the seat, and then bring down your iron bars. Let's go down to the ground and make sure they come down far enough, and then we have to figure out how to put in our seat. So again, you can put them between, actually, do you know what, let's put 1. Right, so those are the 2 styles of swings that you can build. So you can put extra bars or just the single one, and then you decide which one you prefer for your build. I think I'm going to go for the bigger one that looks like it's supported by the poles, just because I think that just looks more right to me somehow. Do you know what, I think I want 3 in my park, because the structure's quite big. I just think I want the extra size for 3 swings. Don't know if we've got space really for that, because I'm running out of space. There we go. Let's extend the support structure, coming down like so, all the way down to the ground, Kitty, so you can add in the extra one like so. And then in the middle we're going to, oh, that was convenient, it sat on top of the grass. Beautiful. So that's my 3 swings, quite like that. And then now on the edge over here we're going to want to put the structure. So the first thing to do is put a full block on the top, and then on either side we want stairs like so, Then underneath that we want to go back to the andesite blocks and put 2 coming down. 1, 2. Then underneath that we're going to want to go back to the stairs, put 1 facing outwards on, no, yeah, that's right. Then on the opposite side, 1 the correct way up, like so. And then underneath that we're going to want to go back to the andesite again and come down by 2. 1, 2. And then in front of that, to make it look more supported, we want a stair facing in that direction, and again there, and that is our swing set. So now that we've got that built, it is quite a big structure, but I couldn't really figure out any other way to make it all work. And if you want it to look more supported, of course, you can also use the andesite block and put like a joint in the middle like so, so that it looks like it's got that little added bit of support like that. And then of course, now because we know how big the space is, we can then fill in with our chosen colour of concrete powder to extend the playground where we've built, so that we've got that nice soft play surface under the play equipment. And come on, all you adults out there, as I admit it, just like me, you still love to swing. Doesn't matter how old you get, a good swing is always a great thing. And you don't need an excuse of having kids to be able to go and swing. Parks are open to everyone. Admit it, go on, you want to swing. I love a good swing. Especially on a nice warm day. So once you start swinging, you get that nice wind effect and it cools you down, and it's just fun. And I don't think that sort of feeling is something anybody ever grows out of. So there we go. I've now added more of the surface. So let me just go around the edges of it for you. I'm going to neaten up the edges of the playground off camera. I'm just going to extend the prismarine around the edges and add a bit more fencing and just extend it out a little bit further. And then I think in the next episode we'll add another piece of playground equipment. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!